to Geeks and Dragons. This is our second episode. When we last left off, these guys were just watched a spider lady walk up the wall. Raven here.
I didn't see anything.
He's blind from from a darkness spell that everybody else was able to avoid. He shot a Eldritch Blast up at the spider, missing, hitting the wall, getting a critical one, having the rocks fly down, nearly hitting the Goliath here. So it's been quite the adventurous first episode. So let's see what happens here in this next one. Okay. You have rocks falling down at you. You can't see anything that's going on, but...
Well,
Can I hear?
Oh, you can hear a rumbling coming from... You hear it, the Eldritch Blast hit, and you hear like a falling... But you don't necessarily know which direction to go to get out of the way.
Well, Raven knew she missed right away, so she's already booking it out of the way.
Okay. Sounds good. Gray here also is seeing that, and he goes over and he's going to grab your character by the arm and just go. Say, follow me.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do a couple of rolls here to see if we get hit or not.
Great.
So, as you knew you missed, you're out of there. You're just booking it. You get just barely out of range. Which direction do you go? So you have left or right?
We're heading towards wherever our companion went, so I go towards there.
Okay, so you're gonna go in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay, Gray's gonna follow you with the Goliath. Grabs him by the arm.
The drunk, blind Goliath.
The drunk, blind
I'm
Goliath.
not drunk yet.
He's working on it constantly. So he's going, they're going, they're running really hard. Right at the last second, Gray pushes, what's your character's name? Harlock. Out of the way. You're way out of there. You're just watching rocks fall. Gray pushes Harlock out of the way as he jumps and just barely gets hit, just barely, by these rocks. Doing an insignificant amount of damage.
So 1?
2.
Oh.
But, you know, insignificant is relative sometimes.
Yes.
But, okay. Gray gets up, wipes off the dust, and he goes,
Can I
whew!
see yet?
Not quite yet. You're still...
No.
The darkness is fading from your feet up. Like you were covered in darkness.
Okay.
It's like a sticky darkness bomb, basically, what she threw it, yeah. But so you can hear everybody talking. You can almost visualize it in your head of where everybody is. But since you don't know where you are anymore, because of someone just dragging you, that may be a little bit hard.
Well, Drider, or well, Gray, I guess we have you to thank for being attacked by a Drider.
Yes, that was not my intention, but man, that's a good fight.
Well, that's a matter of opinion.
I guess. By the way, can you heal me?
Oh yeah, I can. I'm going to cast Minor Cure Wounds, which is a spell. And I heal him for 4.
Ooh, nice.
Well, actually 4 plus modifier, or is it just 4?
We'll just go with 4 right now.
Yeah, okay.
As you're doing this, Gray looks up and he goes, it's starting to get a little bit dark around here.
I couldn't notice. Yeah, everything's dark to me.
That is very true. Funny man. I suggest we set up a little bit of camp and see what's going on here. Because I'm interested to hear your story of what's going on.
Okay.
Well, I don't have a problem with that. You seem to be able to take care of yourself. We're obviously Class A warriors ourselves, so this has nothing to do with us wanting protection for the night.
At least I killed two guys.
At least I
I did nothing. I watched the guy fall on his sword, and that's it.
Alright. You guys set up right next to the rocks, this big pile of rocks that is now blocking one side of the road, causing it so nobody could come from that way. So all you have is just one direction to look for. Gray offers to take the first watch and do his thing while you guys get some rest. It's like, I don't have to worry about my spells. I know we got one spellcaster here. Points at Raven there. She goes, she may need some help. You know how that rest works? Actually, kind of. I don't really. Whatever. Get some sleep. You look tired.
Okay.
And then you go just head to sleep, or
Yeah. I just lay down wherever and go to sleep.
Goliath just all right, landing right next to the fire they have going, just out instantly.
Well, I don't know anything about this guy. I know that he seems to be a hunter, but I don't know like anything else.
All right,
So I kind of want to get to know him before I sleep in front of him.
fair enough.
I can't see anything, so.
Once you wake up, the darkness will be gone.
All right. Gray, is it?
It is.
Well, Gray, even though it was your fault we were attacked by such a monstrosity, I'd like to thank you for helping us.
Of course.
So what brings you out to these parts besides from hunting a drider?
Well, I heard rumors of a group that has been causing my people some trouble. They,
I show him the symbol of the Burning Man.
the man in the burning sun.
They're
Yes.
our target as well.
Oh, good. More people to hunt them down.
We came from Sharon and saw that they had been massacred, or all their young men had been massacred.
Ah, that's where I was headed next. I heard they were running in that direction, but then this thing popped out at me. I hit it with my hammer in the face. She ran away and found something a little bit easier, the dwarf, and then noticed you guys. That's when I showed up. So,
Okay, well, where are you from? Causing your people trouble, where are you from?
I'm from a little known kingdom called Davenfall.
Davenfall, huh?
Yeah. So, I am Gray Davenfall.
That sounds like an auspicious name.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay. Well, Gray, I don't really see any other choices here. I'm a little worse for the wear, so I gotta trust you. I'm gonna turn in.
Alright, we'll talk more in the morning. So the night goes pretty simply. After all that, nobody really wants to go figure out why rocks fell down or what that loud noises were. Night goes through. You guys get your full rest in. Your hit points and spell slots are back. Or key points.
I need to see how many spell slots I have. It's either 2 or 3. I think it's 2.
That's kind of good to know.
Yeah,
Knowing how many you have might be helpful. Can save your life.
maybe.
What level are you? 3?
Yeah, he's at a 3.
You know, 4 spells, 2 slots.
2 slots. 4 slots.
Then you have second level slot spell.
Oh, I do?
Slot level is now level 2.
So all your spells are level 2.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, how a warlock works is all of their spells go up to the highest level they can get automatically.
Okay.
So, alright.
Cool.
Everybody starts getting up, and Gray stretches out a little bit and goes, "Whew! You guys ready? Let's get this going."
So that's what you look like.
Yeah, you couldn't see me last night, could you?
No.
That's okay. I mean, I should say I'm sorry, but
It was funny.
all right. I guess we have one way to go. You said last night that you were looking for one of your team members.
That's right.
Tell me about him.
Well, her name is Sheilon. She was part of our group that ran ahead. We've heard rumors of war. We wanted to get to the bottom of it. Lapernum, right, is where we're at, that kingdom.
Yeah.
We're worried that Lapernum is being aggressive and might want to take us out, or take our kingdom down.
We're not from here.
Oh no.
We're from
Sorry, not from yeah, this one right here.
So Salkel is
It's a cow. Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry.
so, excuse me, we're investigating Salkel for preparing for war against our kingdom of whatever it is.
And currently we're looking for the Burning
Tormia,
Man.
right?
Hmm? Yeah, Notorium. Notoria is where you're from. Valtorium is the kingdom's name.
So we were headed towards the city of Athema, but we got distracted by this band of the Burning Man or whatever.
Yes. Man in the Burning Sun.
Man in the Burning Sun.
Yes.
Those
Those guys. Yeah, they, this group is not a good, fun group.
What do you know about them?
I know that they like to bring in evil creatures, and I know that they hunt what they see as considered good, or even sometimes a neutral race, people, whatever you want to call them. They hunt anything that is not of the darkness.
Okay, so they're not good.
They are not friendly, no.
Okay. Because we heard that they're trying to take over the city of
Arthema.
Arthema.
And we should probably head in that direction. Part of the order I'm in, our task is to stop this group.
Hey.
All right. Well, as long as our goals align, we're here to help, such as it is.
All right. And off we go. As you start traveling towards that other city, you finally come out of the mountains, and in the distance, you can see fires from what should be chimneys. It doesn't look like it's a big fire, but you do notice that there are some. There might be a small village or a small town nearby. As you come out, you come into almost a forested area. This is the first time since you've been in this kingdom that you've actually seen lots and lots of trees. Everything has been on like almost a plain, grassy fields, really good for farming. But now all of a sudden it's a little bit more hilly, almost like you're still in the mountains. You still got the trees. You got a variety of different kinds. You got the, different colors, different styles, pines, oaks.
Okay.
He goes, "Oh, I forgot. This is great." He's like, "I almost forgot what this looked like. This is much closer to what my home looks like than what we were just passing."
Gotcha.
And he just trudges in.
Follow.
Okay.
All right. You too.
All right. As you get start going through the forest and everything, it starts getting dark. Even though it's in the morning, the trees are so thick, things are starting to get a little bit darker. You can still see the road, and you can start seeing shadows kind of drift. And I'm going to have you make a wisdom save.
How about that one last time?
14.
Okay. Is that plus your one?
Yep.
You got a 9? Okay.
Not very wise.
No, you're not. But that's okay.
More wise than I am, I think,
It's a good thing of that. You're wiser than some people.
yeah. That's good.
So, but they rolled better than you.
Oh no.
So, Gray, if he would have gotten any other word, may have failed that one. But you start seeing, you especially start seeing shapes and figures and sounds and different voices now coming from the trees. Ones that you didn't hear before and ones that you didn't quite, and you don't quite understand what they are. You understand that it sounds like it could be a trick,
Okay.
but you don't know where they're coming from.
So I'm on edge.
You are on edge.
I'm just looking around very confused because I'm pretty sure I'm not drunk.
Not yet. You just woke up. Give it a minute. Alright. Is there anything you want to do as you are
Well,
walking through this forest?
seeing as how I'm from this kingdom, I want to know if with my history proficiency,
Mhm.
I want to see if I know anything about these woods.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. It's been a few years since you...
Okay, so 16.
Okay. Yeah, you remember these woods. You remember that this is where your home manor is laid
Oh.
out. You know, you remember that as you're leaving, your family is talking about adding some protections to it to make it harder to find and harder to get to. Of course, as you being banished from your own family,
I
where
don't know anything about that.
you don't know what kind of defenses or protections they were talking about. You just heard them on your way out.
Okay.
You know that these woods are famous and notorious for being considered spooky or haunted. Most people that come in here, if not brought in by a guide, some come out crazy.
Oh.
Some in the area have called it the Forest of Madness.
Oh, I was close. I call it the Forest of Whispers. Yes.
Alright.
All
With
right.
that knowledge,
So, guys, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I think we're in the Forest of Madness. Usually people have a guide to get through here.
Sounds like a lovely place.
taking their swig of goodness there, Gray turns to you and goes, "Are you from here?"
In another life, yes.
Alright. Well, you tend to know the place. You're now the guide.
Okay. Well, using my guess, I asked Gray, are you hearing these whispers? Are you hearing these noises? I think it's a trick, but I'm not sure what's causing it.
He goes, "I haven't had to hear, I hear whispers but no voices.
Okay.
almost like a wind rustling through the leaves, yet there's no wind.
Okay. Well, let's head toward town.
All right, after you.
All right, I start walking towards the line of smoke that we saw that looked like they're from chimneys.
Okay. As you're going, you're getting closer, getting closer. You're starting to smell food. It's like someone's been cooking for the past, all morning.
Yeah.
You're starting to get that nice, good meat, good, almost like it's going to be a feast.
Mm-hmm.
As you go through, it opens up, and you see what you would consider a town, but they're made out of fallen branches, leaves. It's like these little huts that people have started making. There's very few on the ground, more merchant style huts and domes. But as you look closer and closer, they start coming into the trees, and they start like being part of the forest. Almost like they're trying to hide from something, yet still want some visitors to come through and get their attention.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use my mask of many faces
Okay.
and just start looking like a common folk person. Just don't want to be recognized.
Fair enough. Alright. Still a girl, or are you gonna be a guy, or?
All right. Yeah, she's gonna stay a woman.
Okay. A nifty little ability.
Yeah.
I walk into town.
Alright, what's the first thing you decide to do?
Find a bar.
Okay. Okay, as you're coming through, you see what you would consider a bar. There's branches coming off trees, swooping down, and they've kind of roped them together to make a makeshift roof. And then they've made a bar coming up, and above there's a sign that says "The Fallen Leaf," and comes in and goes, "Haven't seen many of you around. What can I help you with?"
Need a drink.
"I've got a few of those. What kind would you like?"
Whatever.
And he goes, "If you can finish this," sits down this green, dark bottle, cork still on, never been opened, doesn't have a label, it's just this dark green bottle. It says, "If you can finish this, on the house. If not, it'll cost you."
How much?
That, about 100 gold.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
This seems like some hilarious hijinks that I want to get in on. And I put down 15 gold pieces saying he can't finish it. See if anyone else wants to join in.
Gray goes, "That's his 15? I think you can." You've got 30 gold lying around there. You hear a couple people like, "Yeah, I'll throw in a couple." "Oh, you can't do it. No way. No one's ever been able to do it." And this town, you see, now that you've come to this bar, there's little seats everywhere, people drinking, and they're all sorts of different races. You see some that have more lizard-like features. You see some dwarves. You see some elves. It seems to be a variety of different races and cultures coming together in one spot.
Okay.
Okay. One guy comes up to you. Big hood, dark colored robes. And he goes, puts down his money. He goes, "Give me one of those. We can have a race." Okay? So, how we're going to do this is you're going to roll a d20 and I'm going to roll a d20. Whoever gets the highest goes down the most. We're going to roll each 3 times, and whoever has the highest 3 times in a row wins.
Okay.
Okay? And I'll roll in this little tower we've got here so everybody can see it.
So
13. Okay.
9.
Okay. 12.
15.
So we've got 1 each. Okay, here we go.
Got a natural 1.
Ooh. Okay, envy that.
Want me to roll?
Yep.
20.
Wow, that was
That's a spectrum.
that's a spectrum right there. Okay, I don't think we need to go on anymore. This is what happens. The guy throws back his hood. As he's drinking, he's like pulling off his hood. You see, he's a dragon. He's got an interesting set of scales. Some are red, some are black, some are somewhere in between the two. He grabs that green bottle and just starts going. And at first, he's going much better than you, much faster. Just and then you're like, oh no, no, there's no way you're doing this. And you go, and you go. Now you're just double fisting this giant bottle, just and he's going. He looks over at you, and for a second there, he has a little bit of fear in his eyes, and that little bit of fear causes him to swallow just the wrong moment, and everything just starts pouring out of his mouth, all over his body. And you look over, smile, not even have any more worries, just down the rest of the bottle.
I set the ball down and say, it's easy.
You are now 100% drunk. This guy is also 100% drunk, but passed out on the ground. The barman goes, that's his 3rd attempt. He's buying, and he buys, so he pays for both yours. And Gray turns to Raven here and he goes, told you he could do it.
Hey, give me some of that money.
That was not part of the deal.
I just go and sit down.
Take it off. Rest it off, baby. Dude.
Okay. So the grand total of 100 gold pieces were put into this pile. You get half of that.
Okay.
So you get 50. And the rest is dispersed among the people that were bidding and whatnot.
And 1. So I'm out 15 gold.
And you were out 15 gold.
Alright.
That's what you do.
I'll never doubt your drinking abilities again.
Ha!
It's like, ha, see? Drunken master here. This is just what happens. Now that he's about to probably pass out, again.
What time of the day is it?
Oh, it's only like 10 o'clock in the morning. Maybe 11.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the barkeep and be like, hey, we seem to be a little lost.
He's like, yeah, that's how most people get here.
Where are we exactly?
Well, we just call this the town of the madness here as well, as you can see.
You're all quite bad.
We're all quite mad. I mean, how many towns do you know of where the bar is open all day long?
Not very many. I don't know very many that have drinking competitions at 10 in the morning either. So.
Happens often. But basically what happened is one man got lost, couldn't find his way back, but he kept on circling this spot. Started living here. More and more people started getting lost in this forest and just joined.
So has anyone ever made their way out?
Oh, one or two that I know of. I don't keep track. I kind of like it here.
I do too.
Nice
I like
show.
the name.
Grave Chump comes in and goes, what was your last name again? Blackburn?
Blackborn.
Blackbourne. Have you heard of a Blackbourne manor anywhere around here? And the barman looks at you and goes, I didn't know they had a Blackbourne your age. But
They're
yeah.
disguised, they don't know me.
Well, Gray just asked you your last name.
Oh, no. Well, I would have. Okay. I'll go along with this. I don't think she would have said anything, but.
You're probably right. If you want, we can redirect it. But,
No, that's okay.
okay.
And then I spectacularly drop my disguise and say, that's right, it is me, Raven Blackborn.
Who? The barman's like, huh? Who?
Oh, come on. I made a spectacular accent a few years ago. Come on. My reputation should have preceded me.
You hear one guy in the background go, leave her alone, she'll get you. And then you hear another guy in the background go, I heard he poisoned she poisoned someone.
Well, yes. It was an accident. I didn't mean it to go that far. I don't hardly ever kill people.
I just started laughing in the corner.
It's like, oh, so you're probably just trying to find your way home. Yeah, there's a manor right over there that I have heard it's the Blackbourne Manor, but I've never been there myself. I hear a lot of weird things happen around there nowadays.
It surprised me my old man was a man of weird tastes. Even more weird than me.
Most nobles are.
Yes.
Gray comes in again and goes, can you point us in the right direction to that? And you see the barman like looks at his hands for a second, like trying to decide on which hand knows which direction to go, and he goes, that way? And he points with his right hand to his right.
Good enough for me. Come on, hand on.
Stumble out of my chair.
You can walk in a surprisingly straight line for being so drunk. It's almost like you've had practice with this.
As we leave, I redisguise myself as the barkeep.
Oh, awesome. Kind of excited to see where this will go. As you're going through, you see less and less shops coming through. You notice that most of the shops were wrapped around that one giant tree that the bar is at. So as you go through, things just kind of disperse, and you start seeing what looks like an animal or a deer trail going through the trees.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to follow the trail.
Cool. Gray follows after.
I'm following as I go front. I'm not very
Okay.
good.
Gray's like, big guy, you're in the middle.
Okay.
And as you guys walk through the trees, make a perception check.
18.
Okay. Fitting. I got a 4.
I think you should have disadvantage on that anyway.
Yeah, go ahead and re-roll.
4.
Wow, 4 every time. Oh, Gray didn't do much better. As a matter of fact, he didn't do any better. He got a 4 as well.
Oh, wow.
So, it's a good thing you're going front.
I'm kind of on edge. I'm a little bit worried about being back.
Okay. As you're going through, you start hearing and seeing creatures in shadow running across.
Okay. Well, I immediately signal to them that they're creatures.
I bump into him. Sorry.
Dang it, Hamlock, I'm only like half your size.
That's Harlock.
Harlock.
Whatever.
Alright, my Hearthstone background says Hamlock. Anyway,
That's okay.
write it down.
Hardlock. Alright. You see something that you are kind of used to, but at the same time still surprises you. You see an elf. One that you actually recognize as a servant you had growing up.
Okay.
But this one, he looks a little bit different now.
Okay.
Instead of being well-dressed, well-mannered, well-behaved, he's in the shadows wearing dark black robes. This elf that you did have as a servant was a drow elf, which means they have black skin or dark skin, red eyes, and they're shorter than a normal elf.
Alright, well, I look like the barkeep, so I'll wait to see if he addresses me first, just because I don't know if the barkeep knows him.
This elf does not seem to know that you've noticed him. Does a couple hand signals, and they kind of run off into a denser part of the forest that you don't see.
Oh, okay.
And as you're walking through the forest a little bit more on edge now, and Gray is a little bit more on edge as well, you come to a giant wall. One that you recognize the brick because of your family's background, but you do not remember having such a wall growing up.
Well, that's new, I say.
It's like, looks old to me, Gray said to you. It's like, but hey, you know this place better than I do.
Is that dang straight I know better than you. I was a Gray. This is my home.
Wait, yeah?
Yes.
Dirty drunk.
What did you call me?
The dirty drunk. Okay, now that this wall, now your family being rich and powerful, demands in all of their buildings and their structures they use the same style brick in all of it. And so this brick is more of a grayish with some brown, some black, and a very light red shining through, almost like it's a marble, but definitely a brick stone.
Okay.
It's like they're trying to get that old marble look out of the stone.
Okay. Well, we're just up against a wall, right? There's no gate. There's.
As far as we can tell, yeah. Because the trees are going right up against this. You even see one tree that looks like it grew out from next to it and then pulls out, almost like there's a force or a wind that has pushed it over up top.
Well, I look to Gray, wink at him. Well, I'm not even sure if anyone would want to come to our festival anyway. We should just turn back, just in case we're being listened to.
He sees you winking and says, "All right," taps.
What festival?
They were preparing for a festival, or they were having a feast or of some kind.
Of course.
No, they weren't.
Naturally. This is why we were talking about this while you were drinking.
Okay. Guess.
I'm gonna cast message and just say to him, because no one else can hear him, just be like, "Shut your damn mouth." And at least I'm hoping you can at least do that.
Okay. So what are you planning on now?
Well, I was gonna try and find a gate.
Okay. You're gonna trying to do this stealthily, or are you trying to do this?
Nope. We're jovial travelers trying to invite some lordlings to our humble feast. And I'm gonna go left against the wall and just keep the wall against me.
Alright, cool. So, Gray follows behind and drags along the big guy there to get him through. As you're walking up across this wall, you see it goes on for quite a while, and then out what seems of nowhere, the trees all open up. There's a big old, like 20 feet wide, big old road. Goes right up to this giant black and red gate.
Okay.
Just right there. Now it's on. So you were walking to your left with the gate, with the wall on your left or on your right? With
The wall was on my left.
The wall is on your left. Okay. So yeah, as you pull up, the gate is now on your left, and you can see there's still a little bit of ways of walking, but you can see your old home
Okay.
manor sitting on top of this slight hill, so you can still see over
Okay.
and into the forest of madness.
So I kind of like exaggerate looking back and being like, whoa, this is an amazing house. And I shout, is anyone here?
Well, it seems to be coming straight out of the gate, says, yes, what needed you?
Oh, well, we're just from the town of Madness. We're having a little get together tonight, and seeing as how we're neighbors, we thought we'd do the right thing and invite you over.
Well, I will tell the Lord, but he hasn't been out for a while. Don't expect anything.
Well, hey, anything, being out is good for old bones. Come on, just have him come out.
I'm going to have you roll persuasion.
Okay, sorry for yelling at me there. 6.
Reroll.
Oh, 7.
Reroll.
Jeez.
That's 12.
Okay. So, you keep on just, come on and play. You can just come out and...
There's good ale, I can personally attend to that. I'm the barkeep.
All of a sudden you see a figure like melt out of the gate on the other side of you and says, I will speak to the master and see if I can get him out.
The master, huh? Okay. Well, I put my arms up and kind of back away because I didn't really like the whole melting out of the wall there. Sure.
That was the cool trick.
But any of you are welcome, not just the master.
He says, we will see what we can do. Maybe some of the servants will get lucky and be able to join the madness. And he walks. And when I say walk, you see his legs moving in the normal walking manner, but the speed of which he is moving seems too fast for that kind of movement. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, he is parked and walking into the manor.
Okay. Well, this is some spooky stuff. This is all new to me. I don't even recognize. Do I recognize the guy that came out?
No, you do not.
I don't recognize that person. I'm a little worried my old man has kind of lost it. So I think we should go back to town and see if anyone shows up and then get some more information.
Okay. To venture into the woods again?
Yeah.
Okay. Before you enter the woods, make a perception.
Okay.
That's still disadvantage.
14.
No, you are not.
14.
Well, you go in first, then Gray starts to step in, and then he says, guys, turn back around. And you see that figure that melted out of the bars and the gate. You see now 3 of them in front of, like right behind Gray. He's like, this is not good.
Oh.
Just-
Hey, fellas, we were just trying to invite you to the festival. No need for trouble here.
The center one speaks, and it's the voice of that same servant. He says, and you almost see a grin. Now, these creatures are just a solid, almost like a shadow.
Okay.
When they were speaking to you before, you could not see a mouth, you could not see anything, but you can actually hear a voice coming from them. Now, you see them now, still black and a grayish color, like the gate was. But now, the central one, you see a distinct white smile, a grin form from this. It says, how about you come and join us for our festivities, and then we will join you for yours later tonight.
Done deal.
Gray leans over to you guys and says, I don't know if that's a good idea, but
Let's see if we have a choice. More parties for us.
okay, lead on.
Are they leading us in, or?
Oh.
Yeah.
Each one comes and stands next to a person in the party, and says, all at the same time, let us go in.
Alright.
Okay.
And as you walk up to the gate, who's going first?
Gray, I suggest that you lead.
I go first.
Oh no.
As Gray and Raven here are having this discussion, he gets up and just, I'm going first! And you walk in.
Harlock here's party. It's just like there's gotta be booze there.
You got any ale?
Of course. What kind of party would we have without ale?
God damn. Oh, Joe, what are you?
Just a humble servant.
All right, lead on, good folk.
As you go in, Raven and Gray are going right up behind you guys and going in. And the next thing you know, you walk through the gate, you see a very vast courtyard, or a yard, if you will, that's just huge. Things have not been taken care of as well as one would expect from this kind of manner, but at the same time you can see that things are not necessarily going to ruin as well. There's still some sculptures, there's still some things, but some of the sculptures that you knew once used to be white are now a grayish color.
Okay.
And the trees are still being trimmed, the grass is still being neatly kept, but as you walk in and you see all this really quick, next thing you know, you're at the front door. It is opened up for you, and you start walking in. What do?
Keep walking.
Okay. You walk in, the servant immediately disappears next to you. And as you and Gray walk in, both servants disappear. But the one you were standing next to turns to you with that same grin as before and says, have a good day, and vanishes. The last thing you see is the grin on its face as it disappears.
Oh. It's foreboding.
It is a bit foreboding, ain't it?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do now? You are back in your old home, Yeah, it does not feel the way it used to. Feels almost unpleasant and unwelcome.
Well, I'm going to suggest that this is a perfect place to stop.
It is. Okay. What's going to happen next time with this new development of them entering this
The Blackbourne Manor.
the Blackboard Manor? Find out next time at Geeks and Dragons.